Here are the 10 best teen series and movies you must watch this year. Let me know in the comment section which ones you have watched and which is your favorite. In the description, you'll find links to the channels where you can watch them. But before that, I need you to listen to this. If you are a young person watching this video, probably in your 20s or older, and you want to elevate your financial life, you want to learn how to make money online from the comfort of your home. When you are done watching this very video, I need you to check out this channel where I have tons of videos that show you the most genuine ways of making money online. From drop service to drop shipping, digital and affiliate marketing, YouTube automation and content creation. Even if you want to start a small business and you need guidance or coaching, you'll find the channel link in the description. Now back to our video. Top 10 best teen series of the year. Let's begin. Coming up at number 10 is Red Strings. Let me be honest with you guys, up to this very moment, I still don't understand what this series is all about. After watching the first 3 episodes, I came to a honest conclusion that the storyline was too boring. Lots of unnecessary drama, fighting, poor acting, and forgive me producer, but that's just what I feel about Red Strings. Number 9 is Tina's Heels. The only issue I have with this was that it was not very relatable with a significant population of the younger audience that it was meant for. The storyline focused on betrayal and modeling. A lot of us don't know much about modeling agencies and how they operate, and this series even made it more complicated and confusing. Not everyone loves modeling, which the series was centered around. Just a quick tip for our producers out there. If you want to make a movie for a much younger audience, then I suggest making movies around friendship, love, and general lifestyles and experiences they can relate to or are interested in. That is what young people love to watch, and trust me when I say it always goes viral. Next is House 9. House 9 is actually a movie, a horror movie to be precise, and I stand to be corrected, but this is actually the first teenage horror movie ever produced in Nigeria, to my knowledge. Everything was shot on one location, which is something we don't see every day. They had a very creative writer who went far and beyond to give us something we only see in Hollywood. They literally brought Hollywood to Nigeria. I'm ranking it 8 not because it was poor, but because there were other movies which in my opinion were a little bit better. In fact, the fact that it made the top 10 list means that there were more than 100 others it was better than. Moving on, we have The Flower Girl at number 7. The Flower Girl was produced by Shodek. It's an emotional love story where a poor young girl accidentally snatched another girl's boyfriend. Yes, you heard me right. Accidentally. Plus a little bit of unintentional betrayal. All the poor girl was trying to do was just to secure her job and to survive. But it turns out that life had other plans for her, all at the cost of someone else's happiness. It was a great movie and I'll leave you to go watch it for yourself. Sitting comfortably at number 6 is Friends from School. If you've watched Best Friends in the World, I'm sure you'll love this one. This is because the lead actress from Best Friends in the World was featured in this very one. I'm talking about our very own Gerald Damina. But let me warn you beforehand, you might not like the character she played. In fact, it's almost the direct opposite of the Olive we knew from Best Friends in the World. She played the role of a gentle but mischievous bully. She played her part so perfectly well, but I think you all will agree with me when I say the role didn't really suit her. I don't know if it was just me, but our Olivia was just too sweet to be a bully. We saw the other side of her, which proved she could play versatile roles, and I'm pretty sure we'll get used to her versatility with time. Coming up at number 5 is Band of 5. What a numerical coincidence. Band of 5 was interesting. I loved the series, I loved the characters, and the storyline was great, but there was only one problem. It was just a half-baked cake. The producer couldn't finish the show and we've been hoping for something ever since. It's almost a year now and still nothing. This is not the first time producers kept us waiting with an unfinished series, but this one paid me pass. Producer, please, if you are watching this, please do well to finish the series. It's just too good to be abandoned halfway. I won't say much about it, let's just move on. The 4th movie on the list is The Boy Before Me. This love story featured NJ Unique and Emmanuel Nse. If you've watched Best Friends in the World, you will know that Emmanuel Nse is a guy who played the role of Archie. That guy really suffered in the hands of Esther. The amazing thing about this list is the series that came 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th were all produced by the same person. Showdeck. Believe me when I say these guys are too good, and right now the quality they deliver is unmatched. When you talk about teen movies and series, they are on a different level. Moving on, the third movie on my list is High School Magical. This is the Nigerian teen Avengers. Everyone had powers. We had those who could control time and people, see the future, teleport to anywhere in the world, and a bunch of other crazy things. It's like a movie for upcoming witches and wizards. It was scary, interesting, but had almost no value to give. It was basically promoting sorcery. This might come as a surprise, but ever since that series ended, the lead male actor, this guy, in all the movie he has featured in, he still acted as a wizard with those powers and witchcraft thing going on. It's slowly becoming his identity, like a brand or a trademark. Does it mean he can't play any other character without witchcraft powers? Absolutely not, but that's what he's been doing, and it's not gonna be good for his career on the long run. Like I mentioned earlier about Geo Damina, be versatile. Oyibo man will always say, variety is a Maggie of life. Fans of Ruth Kadiri, gather around because it's your turn. Before I review the movie sitting at number 2, this particular movie was the very first Ruth Kadiri movie I watched about a year ago, and I fell in love with her content. I'm talking about the movie I Will Wait For You, featuring Chidi Dike and Genevieve Edwin. This was during their early days, just before Chidi rose to fame. Trust me, you will cry when you are done with this movie. Very emotional, so emotional that I will not want to watch it a second time. In fact, I would rather bathe naked than to watch that movie again. Will you keep quiet? It was that good. But I'm not just ready for another emotional torture. Do well to check in the description for links to all these movies. At number 1 is everyone's favorite series of the year, The King. Even though the producers did some main things to win the fans, it still didn't change the fact that this was the best series we've seen in the last 3 years. Don't watch this series with an empty stomach because you will cry and lose appetite for food at the end. I'm talking about none other than the New Girl series. Listen, this series had everything: love, drama, suspense, and a very emotional ending. Believe me when I say we still haven't recovered from it. I've been a fan of Best Friends in the World over the years. It has been my best teen series so far, and no other teen series has ever come close. But believe me when I say I've seen a worthy competitor. The New Girl, such a masterpiece. And the crazy thing is, not one single person from Best Friends in the World was featured in this series. It might not be as good as Best Friends in the World, but it was close. The only negative thing about the New Girl series, which you all will agree with me, was the little act of betrayal exhibited by the producer when the series came to an end. It was quite mean and painful. But anyways, that's not why I'm here. But if you want to know what really happened, then click on this video on your screen before it disappears. And before you leave, don't forget to tell us in the comment section which one of these movies was your favorite. And also let us know if there was any series or movie that you think was supposed to make this list. Also remember to check out the channel I told you about earlier on how to make money online. All the links mentioned in this video are in the description. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.